Guys, welcome back to another quick tip video. In this video, we'll be going ahead and giving you 2 tips on how to get better at Madden 19. Starting off right away, we have comment day coming in from Cody Lake, who says 87 overall AJ Boye. Next thing we have is like goal for this video, guys. Can we smash 100 likes? Question today is going to be, give me a tip down below that you want me to go ahead and answer in another quick tip video. So we're going to start off right away with all Madden for both of my accounts here, and we're going to go ahead and show you how to put your cornerbacks into cloud flats. This is a very easy technique not many people know about, and this is very useful to stop any kind of C routes. It's also very useful to stop if you want to shade underneath or shade over top to stop out routes, stuff like that. So first off, what I'm going to go ahead and do it, I'm going to show you this. Bengals is defense, Ravens is offense, just for your key tip here. So let's go ahead and start off right away by running a typical, I'm going to run a, let's see, I'm thinking about what I'm going to run here. I kind of want to run a C route. I kind of want to run a, what's that play called? Let's go ahead and run, let's go ahead and run Zona Seams. And then on defense, I'm going to go ahead and run just a regular, let's say we cover for a drop. Okay, so how do you go ahead and put your cornerbacks into flats? Or sorry, put your guys into hard flats. So first off, the guys going hard flats for this play will be Vontaze Burfict and Vigil. So those would be the guys. Obviously linebackers in this situation, but normally if you're in a nickel, it will be your cornerbacks. So first off, what you're going to go ahead and do is, let me go ahead and show you what happens when you shade underneath against this play against Willie Snead. So you see right here, this is what Willie Snead is going to run, and I'm actually going to have him run a little bit shallower of that route, and we're going to shade underneath with a Burfict on that left side. So you see right here, bam, picked off. That is shading underneath, and that's how that works. Obviously, a lot of you guys probably know how to shade underneath. Now, shading over top, if you go ahead and shade over top, just, typical, that is what the base play is actually at. You see right here, this would be if they shaded over top. And of course, if I'm running a deeper route with Willie Snead, shading over top would go ahead and work perfectly, right? Because you want to stop the deeper, intermediate to deeper route on the left-hand side. The C routes, all that kind of routes, right? You want to stop those routes. So it makes sense to have your guys into deeper zones, right? And of course, you want to stop the drag routes, the underneath routes, you're going to shade underneath. Now, to go ahead and put your guys into cloud flats, what you have to do is, again, press Y, go ahead and shade underneath, press Y again, and now you're going to shade over top. And you're going to see right here, you see how it's a lot different than if I go ahead and shade just underneath? Look at underneath. You see how that's completely clear in the middle? It's not completely filled in like it is when I go ahead and shade over top. That's because that's exactly what it is. You're putting them into cloud flats. Now let me go ahead and run this play again. You're going to see again, he's going to go ahead and react. He's going to go ahead and pick 6 that. Typical, exactly what you want, right? Now let me go ahead and show you again. We're going to go ahead and put these guys into what's called cloud flats, which again, same concept there. Let's go ahead and do an underneath route. All right. And you're going to see that he's running one-on-one with him underneath. So what you're seeing here is he's running one-on-one with him, staying where the guy is going at underneath and over top. So what a cloud flat does is it lets you cover it better. No longer is your guy just going to be going ahead and, covering the underneath pass, and he's not going to cover the over top pass. Now he's going to cover both. Depending on what situation is best for him, he's going to try to cover Willie Snead in this route. So if you see right here, we go ahead and shade underneath. Let's go ahead and hike the ball. And we can go ahead and dot him up just like that. And now because he was shading underneath, we dotted him up deep. Now if we shade over top, he's going to go ahead, same concept. If we throw it underneath, we're going to catch the ball. But if you put him in a cloud flat, he's going to cover that. And that's why cloud flats are so important, and that's why 91 zone was so important too, because of the fact that cloud flats are very dangerous, and they're very helpful. if you learn how to use cloud flats correctly, you will be able to prosper in Madden 19. Now, of course, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and talk about personnel now. Personnel is a very different thing than obviously cloud flats, so let's go ahead and start off right away. Now, a lot of people look at different defenses and they kind of get confused. If you're new to Madden, you might get confused. You might not understand what all this means. 3-4, 4-4, obviously nickel, obviously a big nickel, big dime, quarters, goal line, special teams. You probably know the last ones. But 3-4 is pretty much plain and simple. 3 linebackers, 4 guys up front. 4-3 is exact opposite. So 4-4 is more of a goal line defense. This, you can see there's more linebackers on the field. There's more, protection up front to go ahead and stop a run in the goal line or near the red zone. You want that 4-4 defense. Now, when it comes to nickel, this is going to be more of your pass defense. So obviously there's more DBs on the field and you're able to go ahead and still stop the run a little bit, but it's really not that great against the run. And of course, quarters is the best against the run. That's what you want to go, best against the pass. That's what you want to run if you need to get a stop in the passing game. You can see right here, quarters has a lot of DBs on the field. How many DBs do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total DBs on the field. Obviously 1 linebacker, and then we have 3 D linemen. So for example, what do you run based on what they call? So first off, whenever your defense or your opponent calls a play, you will see in the right hand corner of the screen, you will see what personnel they're coming out in. Now, all we're focused on when we're in a game is how many receivers they actually have. Now, if they have 1 receiver, 2 receivers, 3 receivers, 4 receivers, depending on what they have, we're going to come out in the same personnel to what they actually have. So, if they have 1 or 2 receivers, you're going to call 3-4 or 4-3. And again, mainly why? You got, 2 free safety, a strong safety, and 2 cornerbacks, right? So, obviously, they come out in 1 and 2 receivers. You have the personnel to cover those 2 receivers. They come out in 3 receiver sets. You're going to come out in nickel. It really does make sense, right? Because you see those 3 cornerbacks, they come out in 3 receivers. Like that really makes sense to go match one-on-one. You want a D-back, D-back. You want a defensive back for every wide receiver they have. You want to match one-on-one. You don't want to have a linebacker on a wide receiver. That's going to be a mismatch. And they're going to score a touchdown on you in 1 play. Next one we have here is going to be quarters. Now, quarters is for 4 receivers or more. As I said, there are 6 defensive backs on the field for quarters. Therefore, if they have 4 or more receivers, 4 or 5 receivers, you want to have quarters because you want that personnel to be matched up correctly. You want their 4 receivers to be matched up with your 6 DBs. You want to have that connection. So, for example, if they go ahead and in the red zone, that's when you get into 4-4, and you can also get into goal line defense. I don't like goal line defense, but 4-4 is great in the red zone. And again, because in the red zone, what are they going to do? Run the ball? Well, now you see the personnel we have on the field for running the ball. We have a lot of linebackers. I'm not going to count that. We have a lot of linebackers, 4 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers on the field, and so 8 total run stoppers technically on the field, 4 linebackers, 4 defensive linemen. We have 2 corners, and we have, of course, a safety. So this is going to go ahead and stop them if they want anything, near the goal line. They throw the ball short. We still have cornerbacks. But if they're coming out in a 4 receiver set in the goal line and they're not having a running back, or let's say they do, let's say they come out in 4 receiver sets, what do you do? So now the situation is they're on my 5-yard line and he came out, he came out spread, right? He came out with 4 receivers and a quarterback, let's say 3 receivers and a quarterback and then 1 running back. What do I call? In that situation, you have to go based on the yard marker. How many yards is it to a touchdown? Obviously not coming out in quarters, because if he has a running back and he runs the ball with a 5-yard line, you're out in quarters, you're going to give up a touchdown. If you come out in nickel in that situation and he's on the 5-yard line, you're going to go ahead and give up a touchdown. So what I would do in that situation is I would probably come out in either 4-4 or 3-4. I mean, 4-4 is very risky depending on how fast your linebackers are. You will have to spread your linebackers to get a little bit more coverage. But with the limited field position, 4-4 should be able to help you stop the situation. 3-4-4-3 is always great, again, against the run. It's always great against not many receivers on the field. If your opponent keeps running the ball against you, switch to 3-4-4-3. If your opponent keeps passing the ball against you, then we go into nickel and we go into quarters formations for that said purposes. Now, of course, if you guys, this is the last tip of the video, just going to show you this. If you are new to Madden, this is quarters 3 deep. So if at the end of the game they're throwing Hail Marys on you, quarters 3 deep is going to go ahead and help you out the most. Of course, we do have prevent defense and we have man up 3 deep. Very popular plays people like to run at the end of the game to avoid a big play touchdown. With that in mind, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe button. I am starting up this quick tip series. Of course, we have a video yesterday, a video today, and we will have even more videos if you guys comment down below and tell me what should we talk about in the next video. And if you guys do, if I do go ahead and choose your idea for tomorrow's video, I will go ahead and shout you out in the video. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.